Welcome everyone. Today we're going to talk about Blue Lotus. Before we get started, does anybody have any questions or experiences that you want to share about Blue Lotus?
I'll just share that when I first started smelling it, I think I got it in the Petals collection
Mhm.
more than a year ago, and I couldn't smell it very much. It's a very light smell, but lately I just started using it again, and it's much stronger for me.
Mhm.
And that tells me that I've shifted, and I use it right on my forehead, like on my third eye and over my heart. And I love the smell so much. And I remember Emily Wright saying how much she loved it, and now I get it.
Yep, it's so beautiful. The first time I smelled it, I felt like it was like baby lotion, I don't know. Baby lotion has that silky, soft, but yummy smell. Couldn't get enough. It was so good. So I had to go buy a few more of those petal packets and just for the Blue Lotus. So yeah, so good. I just rub it all over my face, especially around my eyes. Just use it as a moisturizer as well. But yeah, I make sure I use it at nighttime because I want to have visions and special dreams. So sometimes it works and other times it doesn't. So I keep using it. Alrighty, guys, let's talk more about it. It is actually in my book. So sorry, I'm going to go back here. It's already in my book, guys. So if you have this book, you can look it up too. All right. So here we are. Blue Lotus is available until the end of this month or until stocks run out. So we're really, really blessed to have it. And it's a little bit expensive, but it's really worth it. So here it's also called, I can't say it now, Nymphia Corellia, something like that. Egyptian lotus or blue water lily or sacred blue lily. It's been loved and enjoyed throughout history in the Egyptian culture and their art and their ceremonies. Egyptian paintings represent the blue lotus as a sacred and even magical flower. There's a little bit of a debate. People are not sure if it should be legal because it has these abilities to affect the mind. So like a psychiatric, I can't say those words anymore tonight. I can't speak very well. But yeah, it affects the people, and people claim to see things. So I think that's why it's such a magical oil. So the blue lotus is a mystic deep blue flower with a vibrant yellow center. So when I write about these oils, I do take into consideration the color of the flower, the color of the center, how it's grown. Okay, so all of that is taken into consideration because it tells us more about the personality. So it's often referred to today as a water lily, a symbol of representing long life, health, honor, and good luck. The blue lotus flower were even sprinkled over King Tutankhamun's body before he was entombed. So currently, this is good. According to the co-impact sourcing initiative with doTERRA, we have 85 farmers in Asia partnering with the doTERRA to grow and harvest blue lotus. So when you're purchasing blue lotus, think about those families. So it grows in high humidity areas and is collected in the early morning when it blossoms fully. Okay. It is commonly used in massage. I think that's kind of an expensive oil to use as a massage. And so you can diffuse it to assist you in meditation. It's very good for skincare. Okay, so use it as part of your skincare routine after I put all the moisturizer. Yes. psychoactive. That's right, that's the word. So after you put the moisturizers on, you can add it, okay, to you know, your face and stuff on top. So yeah, and it can be a beautiful, enchanting fragrance too, if you want to use it as a perfume. Anybody want to comment? Is anything about that? Yeah. So whoever iPhone is, will you just put your name on there so I can call on you if we need to? Yeah. Okay. Chemical composition, squalene, a natural antioxidant, and it's been proven to reduce fine lines and sun damage. And people use it for other things concerning the skin. Okay. All right. So physical uses and benefits. It really helps with sleep, you guys. It's skin moisturizing and beautifying. It calms the mind. It balances the libido, balances hormones, calms the heart and soul. So you can roll over your heart. Okay, healthy inflammatory response. Okay, boosting immunity. You can use it as a perfume, and it helps cleanse your skin. Okay, and it can act as a calming agent for histamine. What do you guys think? Alrighty. So this is the oil of dreams. It invites us to allow ourselves to continue to dream bright, beautiful dreams. In the relaxed stillness, we can access our bright, innovative thinking from our core. Feel free to explore and be creative. There's a lot of people who put their dreams aside and just kind of sacrifice and live for others. It seems noble, but it's not helpful in the long run. And so I've had a few friends that I've asked them, what's your dream? What would you like to do? And it was just, I want to help my family. I want to help my kids. I want everyone to be happy. But I said, what about you? What are your dreams for you? It's not selfish. If you want your kids and your loved ones to go shoot for the stars and fulfill their dreams, you want to be the example of that, okay? To give them hope. Blue Lotus encourages us to be lifted above the heaviness of the current physical limitations. Allow yourself to think outside the box and imagine the many possibilities and potentials the world has to offer. As we allow ourselves to dream and rise above our current state, we can activate our healing powers within to regenerate our body and build our confidence again. Our body naturally heals when our souls are happier and have a purposeful existence. Do you know how sometimes people retire and then, you know, a few years later they pass away? Or sometimes people retire and they don't know who they are. They don't know what to do with themselves. So everybody always has to have like a purpose that they are passionate about to help them continue to strive and find joy. Does anybody want to comment?
Yes, I find that that is so important. And just in reflecting in my own life in the last, 6 to 10 years, the peace and the joy that I feel like pretty consistently, I believe is because I've figured out what my life purpose is. And so now, because of that, it makes me want to, it motivates me to help other people in that same way figure out the things that they love, that they're passionate about, that contribute to the joy and peace and happiness of other people.
Yeah, I agree with you, Debbie. So sometimes when I help people, um, that's the solution. My friend, her mum had to go to the hospital recently. She had high blood pressure, and the doctor says, well, it reads high blood pressure, but your heart's okay. Everything else looks okay. Maybe you're depressed, and they try to give her antidepressants, and they poke around, they try to do all sorts of things, and in the end, they just sent her home after a couple of days of just poking around and testing. And then when she came home, I asked if I could just go visit her. And the impression I got, because I had a prayer before I went into the house, that she needs a purpose because now her kids are grown. She doesn't have a spouse. She doesn't have dreams. She doesn't have goals. She just wants, she doesn't know what she wants. And so, her body's sick. She's not happy. So I did a bioscan, and exactly that came up, all the happy oils. So yeah, anyways, because of all the things that the medications that they gave her, she had to go back to the hospital again for new symptoms and new health problems. So yeah, it makes a huge difference if you have dreams and goals. Okay, the things that you can look forward to, a purpose for living. Okay, so if you have been caught up and distracted by the small details of life, Blue Lotus invites you to open your mind and heart to a greater level of joy and pleasure. It will take courage to stay focused on your dreams until it becomes actualized. Believe in and be fiercely loyal to your dreams. So, we could follow the world, check those boxes, get a job, that we don't particularly enjoy necessarily, but we just do it because it pays the bills, and live a mediocre life. Or if you have a dream, and it may take a little bit of, courage and risk taking, I would recommend you do that, because, you want to live life fully and not live a mediocre or a kind of a safe life, okay, because we're scared. Even if the world is worried and distracted by fears, doubts, and discouragements, you don't have to be. You don't have to follow that. Eleanor Roosevelt says, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Okay, as we connect to God, we can always find joy and peace when the power of faith leads us to the truth of our to our divinity. Knowing our divine nature, we naturally begin to have a higher level of joy and pleasure. Let's not live below this privilege. What do you guys think?
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Can you post that? Can you make sure you post that?
Yeah. My husband and I were talking about this recently. He just started his brand. And of course, when you start anything, it just takes a little longer than you want to. Things don't happen overnight, right? And it's only been a few months, but for him, he's just a little bit concerned. And but then it's like, you know what? I will always come back to this space. I can, do this part-time and just work on something else, but then I always will come back to here because it's worth it. It's worth it in the end. So whatever the sacrifice and however much effort, your dreams are worth it. And you think about the people who've been successful in being innovative. And innovative is not, it's not like following people. You're coming up with something new and different, right? Who would have thought that we have our own personal computer and we call it a cell phone, right? Everybody has it, right? And who would have thought that would be important, years ago. But there are people out there that dream big dreams, and then they hold on to it and they push forward, and we're blessed because of that. What do you guys think? I have a friend that doesn't even dream. And finally she said she started dreaming dreams. She'll go to sleep and just wake up. But yeah, so let's you know, just give it a go. Okay, so here's some negative energy. Okay, feeling lifeless, hopeless, joyless, alone, dark, discouraged, negative, troubled, tired, stuck in current details of life. Okay, so in other words, myopic, feeling bitter, confined, and short-sightedness. Any thoughts about that? I feel like half the things that most people are worried about, they really don't need to be worried about if they step back and look at it, because it's just myopic. Okay. So if you're connecting with some things here, it's a good idea to explore that some more and release it. So the negative thoughts and beliefs that created those negative feelings, thoughts like things are not going to get better, you know, just feeling like that, this is it, things are not going to get better. I don't know when I will ever find joy, and I'm busy with so many things I have things to have fun and rest. So sometimes we feel like we're the boring one, and maybe the husband's the fun one. Any thoughts?
I used to be,
Yeah,
and now I feel like I'm the fun one.
yeah, yeah. Okay. So the positive energy, courage to dream, patience, possibilities, joy, open mind and heart, ecstasy, gentleness, ease, light, in all the sense of the word, confidence, renewing, regenerating, playful, purifying the body. Okay. Access, innovative thinking, and adaptivity. I've had a few people say that I'm not a very creative person. I feel like everyone is. We just need to allow ourselves to be. And it doesn't have to be creative all in the same ways. We can be creative so many different ways. What do you guys think about this? I think it's beautiful. Some positive thoughts and beliefs. With God, I can easily create sweetness in all situations. I can focus on the sweetness and joys of life. My body can renew and regenerate quickly. Okay. When I am relaxed and still, I can activate the genius inside of me. So it gives you a reason to allow yourself to relax. I had a person that was so guilty. She felt so guilty resting. She just couldn't.
Not going out.
You know? So I said, what if when you're relaxed, that you're just activating all the genius inside of you? So you're being productive. Yeah, even when you're relaxing. It made more sense to her because she didn't want to be idle. Any thoughts?
I've got a thought. Sorry, Jade.
Go ahead, Lisa.
Sorry, I didn't realise I was unmuted either. Sorry. It just made me think, I'm not sure whether I've got this right or not, but a blue lotus flower, like I was just looking at that flower picture you had before.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they close up, don't they? And then when the sunshine comes out, you know, they open up and stuff. And it just made me think of sometimes we keep ourselves closed off and we think, but we can't be creative in that. And it just made me think of, you know, we're sitting there waiting for the sunshine, but whether the sunshine comes out or not, we all have to bloom. Like the lotus always has to open up and bloom. So this is what just made me think of that. We should, if we don't open ourselves up to that joy and creativity or whatever it is for us, we're never going to get it. But we actually have to blossom. We have to open up ourselves for it to receive it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I love that. And you know, it blossoms in the early morning. So I find that for me, it's actually in the early hours of the morning when I start getting a lot of my downloads. Like most of the night, I'll sleep through, and it's just time for my body to relax. And before I wake, I you know, get all of these wonderful ideas. So it's kind of like, you know, like the Blue Lotus, like I'm opening and opening up to receiving now. Yeah, love that. And it's sitting on the water, so it feels like it's flexible, and it allows itself to be moved to where it needs to go. Yeah. Some positive affirmations. I'm filled with courage to dream big dreams. I feel like it takes almost just as much effort to dream big dreams as little dreams. So let's just dream big dreams anyways. I am fun, playful, and spontaneous. I'm focused on ease and ecstasy. And I allow myself to get the most joy out of life. Sometimes we don't value joy as much, or play, because we want to be sensible and we think it's mutually exclusive, but it doesn't have to be. Okay. What do you guys think about fun and play, ease?
I like that.
Yeah. I think in our society we overvalue independence. I feel like we need to pull back and value interdependency better, because in the end we want to, you know, be in Zion, heaven together, right? And that's a place where everybody is one heart, one mind. They're all serving one another. I was teaching my daughter that concept actually a few days ago. She had she's the student government representative for her school, and she's part of this council at school. She's doing a fundraising, and then she's got all of this exams and things because it's the end of the year. So anyways, she was just telling me about it, and she's like, okay, this is what I need to do today. And I said, why do you have to do it yourself? And I said, I could do, you know, I can make some of the treats and things like that. It's for you to bring to school. I can do that. And she's like, no, I need to be independent. And I said, look, it's all for one, one for all, you know, just put your stuff on the table and people can take what they want to take to help you out, and then vice versa. And she was just so touched by that, you know, and I said, this is the true meaning of love and serving each other. So your stuff is important to us too. Yeah. So, you know, I told her, like, adopt the mindset of ease and flow. I wanted to achieve these things, but I'll allow God and earth angels and people to jump in and help me out too. You know, as you are willing to help other people out when you can. Go ahead, Lisa.
Yeah, I was just thinking too, if we don't actually display this ourselves, people, you know, learn by observation too. So if we don't actually have a bit of fun or be playful or spontaneous, like you say, and go with the flow, or, you know, people, if they're following our example, or, you know, want to achieve similar things or that for themselves, they need to see that it's okay. It's fine to do that. You know, we don't have to be so serious all the time, or feel like, you know, part of that responsibility is being serious all the time. We've got to remind people just to be human. We're allowed to have these feelings, you know. It doesn't mean we're being silly or anything like that. And I think it's another way of expressing of who we are in ourselves, our own authenticity. Like, why suppress it? If it's there and it's meant to be displayed and shown or expressed, well, then just do it.
Yeah, show your personality a little bit. Yeah, I love that. I have a few friends that I'm working with right now, and they're very stuck in the glorifying busyness. Do you know what I mean? You know, at every turn, every situation, they want to take it on their shoulders, and they complain about it. You know, and And I'm all, that's not like joyful, you know, life is not joyful. Yeah, but it's really glorifying that busyness, because people praise that, and you know, that's you know, valued in the past. So I feel like we've graduated from that martyrdom, and we're moving into, let's live for God instead of die for him, right? Let's show the world that, you know, this works, right? This faith thing. Okay. So here are companion oils and products for dreaming and sleep, like magnolia, jasmine, and gardenia. These are very pretty oils to add to the blue lotus. Okay. So you just kind of apply it on and smell it, and I rub it on my face before I go to bed. So two, skin, combine it with lavender, frankincense, cedarwood, blue tansy. So if you have dry areas of your skin, yeah, you can apply that. And you can do yarrow as well. Meditation, combine it with frankincense and sandalwood. That's my go-to for meditation. Yeah. Any questions or comments there? All right, so let's talk about taking action. How do you plan to incorporate Blue Lotus into your daily lives? Does anybody want to answer that one? How
I
would
put
you
it
like to
on
use it?
my eyes before going to bed. Like I have it right next to my nightstand and I grab it and put it on before I go to sleep.
Yeah, beautiful. I love doing that. Anybody else?
I'm going to try that.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes it's hard for me to see the bigger picture, or no, maybe see the bigger picture for myself, like my dreams. I see my kids, and I can see their potential, and you know, I can dream big dreams for them. But for me, I just don't know why sometimes my vision is so limited. I can't see what else I can do and achieve. So I feel like I need all the help I can get. So I like to put blue lotus on my face and my eyes before I go to bed. Yeah. You can use it before you journal. You can use it when you pray. Okay. So what are your thoughts and feelings about dreaming bigger dreams?
That they're
Dreams?
achievable.
Yes, that's right.
And sometimes it's better to have like a be open-minded, because you could miss something. You could miss, you know, miss something that's like right in front of your face that you know. I mean, on one level you know it's there, but on another level it may not be obvious on that one level how well it would fit into your dream.
Yeah, you can easily
I
overlook
mean, it would be like an answer to a prayer and it's sitting right in front of you, but you can't see it because you're not open and aware enough to it. You know, you're just looking at things, checking the boxes kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. We can easily overlook things that are right there, already given to us. Yeah, awesome. Go ahead, Lisa.
I was just thinking, I don't know whether I'd look at it as bigger dreams. I mean, a dream is a dream, no matter whether it's big or small. So I'm thinking, if you think it's got to be bigger, sometimes you might think it, well, that's a little bit more unattainable or unrealistic or something like that. But I think in terms of bigger dreams, I think it's just like, well, it's just a progression, you know, well, you're going to go to the next level or the next step with this to enhance it even more, kind of thing. Yeah, so that's how I'm sort of interpreting for myself.
Yeah.
I don't have to be big. It's just how I go about it, or expanding on that dream, possibly. It's not, you know what I mean? Big is not necessarily bigger in that sense, but for fulfilling it even in more detail, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, expanding it, yeah, in more details. That's brilliant. Yeah. Anybody else? Have you started to since we started this energy balancing and this community, have you started to allow yourself to dream? And are you living your dreams now, or getting close to it, taking steps towards it?
Well, it's almost like you don't have a choice. You know, like you were saying, your body responds and it feels better and happier and more uplifted with knowing that you're on the right path and that you're fully aware of what's happening. And because sometimes I know for me, I had this one dream, and we've talked about it before, of training and participating in an event in Hawaii. And I've heard, like, so I signed up for the 70.3. It's like a half distance of the full one that I've always had like on my heart. And I heard earlier, well, maybe 3-4 weeks ago, that the big race next year is going to be for women only. And the race I'm doing in Hawaii has slots, you know, it has entries to go to that race. And it's a smaller race next year because it's women only. And today it clicked in my head, and I just started to cry.
Yeah.
Because it was a miracle to me and that's what I meant by like sitting there staring me right in the face, but I hadn't connected it. And in my head it was like, you need to pay attention. You need to pay attention. There's something you need to connect. And I connected it, and it was like, oh my gosh. And that's why last night at our meeting, Sandy and Donna and Diana and Dawn were working on Christmas ornaments. But before we started that, we talked about our dreams. And every single one of them, their dream is like coming so much faster than they ever thought it would. Right, Sandy? You know, just things are falling into place for them as far as when they can end their full-time work and begin, you know, their dreams. And we're talking like a year or so quicker than they ever expected. And that to me was like, wow. And they weren't planned or anything. They just like happened. I mean, it's almost like it's hard work. We've done all the hard work, you know, I guess. We've planned and done the right, we don't have the right mindset, and, you know, cleansing our bodies, and I don't know, it's just like all of a sudden it's happening.
For sure. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. The opportunities come, but you just have to see it for what it is. Yeah. I love that. Thank you so much. Why don't I stop the recording, and then other people can share freely too, so if you happen to be shy.